everybody. It's Kelly. Happy Friday. Happy Friday Night Live. So it looks like, just let me get this a little bit straighter for you. All right. So tonight I am going to cough first, apparently. Anyway, tonight I am going to play with my Chamel Best of Both Worlds kit. I did mine from my stash though. I have so much product I decided I didn't need to buy anything more, that I could somehow use hers. And I think with this one I only had one piece of paper in common with hers. So anyway, so I thought I would kind of show you what I did as I'm coming to the end of the kit. So I've made 7 layouts with my Best of Both Worlds curated stash kit. And I knew I had probably about 2 or 3 layouts left with their, I'm sorry, 8. I made 8 because I did one this afternoon just for fun. Because I had a picture of my granddaughter where she wasn't wearing a shirt. So I don't want to put that out on the internet. Anyway, so I made 8 layouts with my kit. And then I have papers left. I think I have about 7 papers left, 6 papers left, something like that. 6 papers left, I think. So, yes, so 6 papers left. So what I did is I looked at the 6 papers and I pulled them together with how I thought they would work. And this paper, originally, I knew I had a picture, or I thought I had a picture of my second oldest grandson, and that he was writing, which is something he loves to do. So I was going to use the pencil paper for it. That's what I thought. And when it came down to it, I realized that I had already scrapped that picture that I was thinking of. So instead, I have him building this tower. And his mom, when she posted this photo on Facebook, called it Little Architect. So I'm going to call this Little Architect as well. There's colored pencils in here and drawing implements and that kind of stuff, which you use when you're an architect. So that's how I'm getting away with this. So anyway, one of the things Chamel did with this particular kit is she was using wood grains in both light and dark tones. I've got a wood grain here. So I grabbed this paper. I have a wood grain here. This needs something in between it. So I really like this piece of paper. And I think when I was looking at this, I pulled it because it worked. And then this on this is not going to look great. So I went to a scrap that I had in that kit. So this is one of those things that sometimes your supplies can actually inspire what you're scrapbooking versus what your photo is doing. So this is the layout I'm going to start with tonight, but I want to show you 2 other things. So this is the other layout that I'm going to, the other paper I have to work with. So I have this Amy Tangerine Picnic in the Park rainbow, and then I had this red and this yellow polka dot. So I just went into my stash of photos that I had to work with, and I found these pictures of my 3 grandsons. The big thing about this is this poor guy is allergic to mosquitoes, and invariably every year one of them bites him in the face, and he ends up with like a pirate eye for a few days. And they've got Benadryl and stuff for him, but he just reacts badly to it. So again, papers inspired, papers and then photos for the story that I'm going to tell. So that's what this is. And I'm not sure if I'll use it like this or the red in between, like I kind of had it, so that I've got some paper layers. I don't, I'm thinking with this one, I actually like it better as a matte with this yellow paper. And then I'll have scraps left when I'm all done from all of these, and I'll go back and I'll probably make a couple of layouts with the scraps as well too, but we'll see how that goes. All right. Then last but not least, as I was going through supplies for something, I found this little, I was thinking about, I saw this is one of those thicker sets that sits on the side of my desk, and it says Snuggle Up. And I thought of this photo that I had of the 2 of them together. So these are my 2 oldest grandsons. So here's another thing, is I'm going to definitely use that. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do for papers, and it's probably not going to come out of my Best of Both Worlds kit because it's not going to work very well with that, but you know, who knows. So anyway, just a little conversation there about how your supplies can actually inspire your photo choices instead of the other way around. And I have lots of photos to choose from, so that's not usually a big problem for me. So the first thing I think I'm going to do here is I'll just add this onto this piece of paper. Now, I'm not sure what the name of this is, but I know this is a lawn fawn piece of paper. I just used it the other day, so for something else. So, hey, Cynthia, good to see you tonight. I'm running a little early here tonight, you guys, because normally on Friday nights I am coming in off my porch because I have been reading and relaxing, except it's like maybe low 50s. It might have already gone into the 40s where I live, and raining again. It's been doing that all week long, so yeah, I wasn't tempted to stay outside today. So this is Amy Tangerine Ready, Set, Go. It's the coffee break paper. So oh, that's a nice orange on the back too. And I think when I looked at this for the kit, because Shamel has orange in it, I could have used either. So this paper is, what year does this say? This is 2012. It's time I used it up, right? And this actually has kind of a nice little border piece there that goes with this. So one of the things I did see Shamel do today, and I could actually do this, is she used a 6-inch and a 6-inch piece of paper. Well, I could actually cut it down, give myself, let's say, a 1/2 inch border. So I could do 5 by 11 on this. No, 5.5 by 11. And do that, which I think is kind of interesting. I actually like that framed with this paper. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, you know what, Cynthia? I was watching the news tonight and I was feeling just awful for people in your area. I was watching how bad that those fires are. So, oh my gosh, my heart goes out to all of you. It just looks awful. I lived in New Mexico for a while, and we were there during a really bad fire season. So I've been there. It's awful. Okay, so I'm going to do this 5 by 11. So I'll get a nice big border around this paper here, which I think is kind of nice. So, hey, Harmony, it's nice to see you. Okay, so there's that one, and then I need to do another 5 by 11. So I will have more scraps here to play with when I'm done. So then this piece of paper is Amy Tangerine Hustle and Heart. It's the Take Note paper. It does have a good green on the back as well too. So that's a nice piece. And this one is from 2017. So time that one is used up too, right? And I'm thinking as I'm looking at this that I might try to use this to border it. So I'm actually going to kind of show you what Shamel did today. So, which is kind of fun, I guess. Okay, so 5 by 5.5 by 11. Or did I do 5 by 11? I may have done. I have to measure again, you guys. Oh no, I was okay. So 5.5 by 11 is what I'm cutting these to. Okay. And then what I'll do, so you can do a couple of different things here. I could have cut this one larger or this one larger, but what I'll do is back this up so that one side is just a little bit smaller than the other side, I think. And then there's that piece right there. Now he's looking this direction. My question for myself is, I think I might switch these because I'm right-handed, so I tend to like to put journaling and all of that on that side. So if I do that, then I have the this side that's more solid. It's not really solid, but kind of like a faux solid. I have that side so that I can embellish a little bit more on that side and maybe put a card or labels or something there is kind of what I'm thinking. My other thought is you could really literally divide that down the middle like that. I don't know that I want it. I don't think I want it exactly butted up to the inside here, but I think I'd like it sticking out just a little bit. So let's get this paper down. And I'm thinking if you decide to do this, make your one of your papers 6 inches wide so that you can, if you're going to use the frame thing like I just did, do it 6 inches wide because it'll be way easier. Because there's more room for air. I don't have a lot of room for air here. Although maybe I do. Let's see. We'll see how straight I got things. Yeah, actually, I think I have a little bit of room for air. Okay. Oh man, that's a paper, isn't it? I don't think I told you guys what that paper is. This is an old piece of Bella Boulevard. It's Man of the House. This is really, really old. It's one of their first collections when they started doing double-sided papers. I got it in a warehouse box. I haven't had that paper that long. Thank goodness. Gosh knows I certainly have plenty of them that long. Okay, so then just want this to overlap a little bit, about the same. I didn't get this border cut completely right, so I'm going to make sure that the pink side is facing this way. And we'll just do this. So Cynthia, you were talking about the fires in Oregon. It's actually affecting our sunsets in Wisconsin, actually, which is just amazing when you really think about that. Okay, I did not get this straight. Imagine that. Try to take this off just a little bit and move it, which could be asking for trouble, but all right, there we go. Yeah, that's not uncommon. When I lived in New Mexico, it was a bad fire season. There was a fire 2 hours away from us, and I actually had to go I have asthma, not horrible, but it does bother me on occasion. It was so bad I had to go get an inhaler, and it was because we lived in a mountain valley, and it sat in the valley. So, okay. So there's that. So that's a good start. I know I want to call this Little Architect, so maybe I should see if I can spell that out. And I'm looking to see if I can do it with any of the alphabets that I chose. That's probably not exactly the best colors. And I think if I did something like this where I was going back and forth between colors, because this is the little by little alphabet that Shamel did, I think that's a little bit too much. Let's see, I have a blue and no A's left in that, so that won't work. Let's see what else we have. All right, I'm going to look and see what other colors we could use here. I'm thinking maybe like a darker blue would work nicely if I have something like that. in that kind of color family. I hope you guys can still hear me. I think that's, yeah, that's the wrong blue. Although it's a good letter set. Let's see. I also need one in a font that's going to fit across there as well too. So, okay. I'm just pulling a lot of options here, and then I think we'll do the little in a smaller font is what I'm thinking here. So that's a good blue. That's a pretty good blue. I wonder if I have a, this is almost a teal and not a blue as I'm looking at this. That's not too bad. Hold on a second, because I know I have lots of teal alphabets. Oh, and this, I think I have an alphabet that matches really well if I have all the letters. Okay. So this is actually more the color of that. Let's see if I can spell out architect here. Let's see. Without too much MacGyvering. I can do it. All right, that's what we're going to do. I am going to definitely get out my wax paper for this, though, because I want to be able to move this around. I haven't even thought about what I'm going to do for embellishing yet, so I think we want to do that. Oh my gosh, Cynthia, that's so sad about your cousin's house. Hopefully things stay okay. Yeah, and that air quality is awful if you've never experienced that when you're getting it from the fires. Ours is fine here. Plus we're getting a lot of, I said it's affecting our sunset. We haven't seen a sunset in a few days. It's not been nice here. Okay. So I'm not sure if you guys saw me sneak in a live on Monday. I think that was Monday. Otherwise it was Sunday. I don't remember. But my big secret about why I couldn't do a live is that I went to Kansas City with my sister to visit her 2 grandchildren. So she has a 2-year-old grandson and I don't have an extra T. Let's see, so grandson, and then she has I do have a C though, 3-month-old granddaughter. So we had a really good time, but we came home on Sunday just so that we would have some time before we both went back to work on Monday. So, but when I'm going to leave, I'm not going to necessarily tell you that I'm going to do that. Not that I don't trust you guys, it's all the other crazy people, right? So let's see, what am I going to MacGyver from this alphabet? I know I could do, an H. I have a lot of those. It's not going to be exactly the same as the T. The F would probably be a little bit better. Let's see if I can make this work. Oh my gosh, Barbara, that's just awful. So Barbara's sister's niece and daughter are all affected by the fires in California. For those of you, because you can't always see the comments when you rewatch this. So let's see if I can make this look halfway decent. You know what I can do though? I can take a letter that I'm not going to use and I'll put a top on it. How about that? And I could always cut those little ends off of that other T. I think that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna do. Not sure that you guys can do that for me, right? Oh, and I just cut the top off of the T, almost. That's what happens when you use the big scissors. goodness. Okay, the good news is it's going to make that look a lot more normal. All right, what do we want to do? I like to use J's because they usually include so many. So, Cynthia, probably the only good thing about that for you is that you can actually take some time to scrap then. But yeah, really sad, scary. When I lived in New Mexico, we had a fire evacuation tub. I don't know if you haven't lived out west where fires are common, you probably don't know what that is, but we literally had a Rubbermaid tub, and in it it had things like our homeowner's policy, any insurance, our copies of our birth certificates, marriage licenses. I had my grandmother's jewelry in there because if we had a fire, I didn't want to lose it. An album of our wedding photos. My husband at the time collected rare railroad books, so he had a couple of those in there, and literally it sat next to our back door, and that way if the sheriff came knocking on our door in the middle of the night, we could pick that tub up and go to the cars. I mean, that's how serious. And if you when I listened to the news tonight, there were situations like that where people had to leave and leave very quickly. So, okay, I might come back later and cut the bottom of these tees off just because the tops are not all that long. So there we go. So actually I kind of like the way that looks. Oh, wow, that is crazy. If you're that far away that it's that bad. Okay, so I think that looks good. I'll figure out what we're going to do with the little, because that'll come up above here. Now, because I'm using Chamel's Best of Both Worlds kit here, I have embellishments already picked out, books and that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to take a quick look through here and see what I can use. So like this remember could be used somewhere. So I like to do this where I just stick it on the side of my mat there. It would be nice if I could find a some sort of journaling spot that would work. And that would work. I'm not putting it down for sure because it feels a little bit formal to me, but it could. And I forgot to check the date on this. There's a little circle here that says noted. I think that would work great. And I'm going to pull this off because I think I just saw something that I like better. So, this is what I love my old Cricut spatula for, is that it pulls stickers off really well. So there is a little notebook looking. Okay, where did it go? I just saw, oh, here we go. This is what I wanted. This typewriter wants to come off though. And I like this, so this will look great on here. I can even actually bump it up to that edge. I could cut it down maybe just a little bit. I think that's what I'm going to do. So it's not quite as long as, now there's not a lot of room here, but I think I can make that work for a little bit of journaling. The other thing I could do is put a few things together. There we go. There's a little pink to pull in the pink from there. There's this little true story sticker, and I could bring this noted piece back in there. I'm thinking a little blue would be helpful there. There's some hearts here. I did look at this. I think I remember. Okay. April 12th. When the kids were bored. So my grandkids went back to school this week. And this guy went to 4K for the first time, and he did great. So his first school experience in the middle of a pandemic. And it was so cute because yesterday my daughter-in-law sent me a picture of his brother holding his hand as they walked into school because she can't go into school with them. Okay, here's a little green. And there's a flower on here that I might need to try to cover up. There we go. So when I journal on this, I'll just kind of keep writing past that. Okay. So that's good. That's actually making me happy that I'm using up a bunch of these stickers. If this would stick. I'd be happier if it would stick. Okay, I think that's good. I'm going to make sure it looks kind of, this is a little crooked. That's what's throwing me off. There we go. Okay, so I should probably decide where this goes and then I can just stick this down. Okay, there we go. And I like that, love this, so that's good. We can keep that there. And my ATG, as always, is sticking to everything that's on the right side of my hand there. So I'm so glad I got to use this paper because I really liked it. I just never found a good use for it. So kind of like this true story too. This noted can go up on some foam tape. I had a Dear Lizzie sticker book that I did something like this with. I just kept pulling anything that worked out of it until I was pretty close to done with it. Because otherwise they hang out forever. I mean, this, I loved the Better Together collection, but it is from 2015. So that's 5 years old. It needs to be out of my stash. Not that I don't love it, it just needs to be out of my stash because to make room for other things, right? Okay, so what I like about popping this up here is it's covering up all these kind of edges there that I may not like so much. And then I want to make sure that I don't have like this showing partway through a letter. So I'll grab that E. And these letters are from, I don't remember what they're from. They are thickers, but they're like rubber. It's called Floral Spice. And they don't really stick, even though they're rubber, you'd think they'd stick decently. They really don't. So I have, usually when I work with these, I have to go back and use my Scotch tacky glue on them. Tacky glue, quick dry adhesive. See, it's not even sitting on there very well. Quick dry adhesive, whatever that's called. I can never remember. That's when you've been scrapbooking so long. Or too long. Maybe not too long. Okay. So we'll get that up there. I'll come in and I'll do the repairs on that later. Okay, that's a little close here. So this needs to move over. I'm going to move this title over just a little bit here. And I'm definitely going to have to come back with this. So is anybody else playing along with Chamel's Best of Both World kit? Either buying it or making up your own? Because it's been really fun. I enjoyed it very much last month when I did it and made... I used the first kit up so fast that I made a second one. I think I used up 38 pieces of paper. And then when you go to scrapbook too, because your embellishments are already picked, you've already kind of pulled embellishments that work with the kit. It's kind of fun because that's all you play with. Now I do from, I'll bring in enamel dots or if something doesn't work quite right. I just did one of my granddaughter that I told you about at the beginning, and I didn't have a paper that would work with the photograph I chose. So I just went in and pulled another paper from my stash, which is fine. Okay, so we have architect there. We need the word little. And there's some white here, so I think I'm going to grab a white letter sticker. And this is like a, almost like a school looking alpha. Let's see, I do have two L's. So I think that would be kind of fun because I'm bringing in almost that school look here. This is Ellie's Studio. I love their puffy letters. I love Ellie's Studio actually. I may have just received my Ellie's Studio December documented kit. So I did do an unboxing of that, so you can see if you're interested to know what it looks like. So I'm starting to think about Christmas, you guys. And my intention is to do December daily videos every day. Again. This time I'll probably do quite a few of them live, though. Yeah, it is a, well, Barbara, that would be a stash buster if I didn't have the size stash I had, embarrassingly so. I actually, a year ago, I started the stash freeze, and I just thought about this today, and I did really great. Awesome, me too. Dropping money at Ellie's Studio. I did so great with my stash freeze until the pandemic, and then it all went to heck, which I think that was true with a lot of us. So I'm thinking about just bringing that in there. And I still, that is good. September kit plus the December daily stuff. That's awesome. So anyway, I did really well, and then I did buy some stuff, a little bit, not a ton, and then Shamel told us all that she wasn't going to be making any more paper lines with American Crafts, and then I went on a bit of a shopping spree to get Never Grow Up and other things. Okay, so far I'm liking the way this looks. Now this kind of blends in here, and it's crooked. That's sweet, Cynthia, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited about it. I did seriously think about putting it together, like putting it in my basket, and I thought, oh no, it's too early for that. And I really enjoyed that process as well too, and I will film that too. I always do it when I get that stuff ready to go. Let's see, I'm just looking to see, I have some pieces in my little dish from my grandmother over here. Okay, so I have this True Story. I like the idea of blue, but I don't think that's the right one. And then I have these little asterisks that I can use and kind of scattered. I do like that, love this, but it feels like it needs something more up here and something more there. This is probably not wide enough. Yes, we all do need something to look forward to, don't we? Ooh, there's a little bit of orange here, and there is an orange in this. So let me see how this looks if I do this up here. Nope. The labels were a little bit too different. We have pink and yellow. I have hearts and stars I can use. Oh, hi Glenda. It's nice to see you. So there is this cute little heart postmark, but I'm wondering what that looks like together. Now the one color that's pretty prevalent over here. Oh, see how much fun I'm having with these letters? is that green. So I do have labels as well. Let me just kind of cut this and see what I think. I don't have, these are another Amy Tangerine paper that's old. This might, I don't know that it's stitched, but it's something of that era, so it's probably 4 or 5 years old. Oh, actually that worked out better than I thought it was going to, you guys. So again, I talk about this. I look, what don't I have? What am I missing? Okay, that feels pretty good. So I think with this, I'm going to just put these back on here so I don't lose them. Or at least in one of the spots, even if I can't find where they actually go. Pop that on there. I think I feel pretty good about how this looks so far. Now I do have these little wood pieces, and I have a wood arrow here. Since I'm using wood, can I get that to make sense in here somewhere? I think that works. And I think these stars are a little light to use on here. If they were dark, I'd do that, but there's one more piece gone from that. And now I need to do a little bit of embellishing, I think, enamel dots. So that is not the right green. I may not have the right green out, so I might go, because the red isn't right either. I could put some yellow over here because that would bring in some yellow. And just to see what I have here. Some pink and some turquoise, lots of red. I'm not above putting pink on a boy layout, but I think that's enough. Let's see. I have a green star and a couple of navy stars and some light turquoise stars. Those are going to stick out. They're kind of light. So let's see. 2 clusters, maybe. Might want to put some things around this too to kind of emphasize that a little bit. Maybe we'll sneak one of my big ones there. I have my basket of enamel dots right here, so I can just grab. So this is what I was saying. When I pull that kit together, if I don't find what I want, I go looking for it in my stash. I'm not going to create a layout that I don't love just to stay within the stash. So, hey Brenda, welcome. We have fun here on Friday nights. Well, at least I do. I'm hoping you guys are. So those could work. So I'm usually live around 7 o'clock Central Time, depending on what's going on. And tonight, since it was rainy and icky in my neck of the woods, I was here early. Okay, so oops, this probably needs to come in a little bit. There we go. I think this will be good here. Trying to see. Let's see. We need another little one. I think that's going to come in here. I just don't want it to be completely in line with that. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is really an awful alphabet. Don't buy that Floral Spice alphabet if you are ever at Hobby Lobby and they have it, unless you want to glue it down yourself. Then you're good. Okay, I do think this needs to come down here. Maybe, no, I think down there will be good. Okay, there's that, and then I don't think I want to do a large one here. Maybe even just a small little one. Okay, so 8 o'clock your time, Brenda. So thank you. And then maybe just another one up there. Okay, so I will need, all these stickers are coated, so I'll have to come back and get right on them with my quick, well, not my quick dry. I think I'll probably do a Sharpie. I have a Sharpie that I can work. This Alpha's a hot mess, but I will come back and repair that. But that's that one. And since, if you missed the intro before I started scrapbooking, I was talking about how in this particular case, this paper inspired me pulling that picture. So sometimes you can use your supplies to inspire what you're scrapbooking versus most of the time I pull a picture and then find supplies for it. So that's what I was just talking about today. So I actually did pull together a third layout, and since it's only 7:30 my time, I'm going to pull the next one and we'll work on this one too. So this is the other one that I pulled all the pieces for. And I just keep dropping. I have my scraps right down below my hand there. So these are my guys here. And then I think I'm going to do it on that rainbow paper. I love that rainbow paper. It does have a really cute orange pattern on the back though too. So this is Amy Tangerine Picnic in the Park, and it's the Aloha Leilani paper. In case you're wondering. Okay, then maybe I just use a chunk of this. Let me put these on. So this is Petite Prince, Doodlebug Petite Prince in the Lady Bug Dot Stripe. And this is where I killed a lot of my paper stash, is not just in my pattern papers, but my faux solids like that. Oh my gosh. Bella Boulevard just came out with a new line that's an ombre, and I think it's a heart on the other side. And I have a cart out there sitting to order more of that. I can't talk tonight, and I have had no wine. So anyway, I'm going to order more of those faux solids because I keep looking for things and I don't have anything. So I think another thing, I have quite a few of these borders left. So where are they? They're all right here. I'm going to challenge myself to use, maybe not this one, because that'd be a little funny, especially if I put it sideways, but I'm going to try to use these in a layout, and maybe I'll do that with scraps or something like that, because a lot of times I just put those in my sister-in-law's scrap basket. So I donate my scraps to my sister-in-law, who's a 4th grade teacher, and the kids love it. I've talked about this before. They call it the good paper. And they do, well, she's actually a looping teacher. She teaches 3rd, 4th, and 5th, so she follows them. So she goes to whatever grade they're going. This year they happen to be in 4th grade. So I'm thinking, I was thinking about doing this, but I'm not sure I love that. It's like, where do I... Or do we do something where I use half of this? Let's see. If I do it like this, we'll be able to tell what that's going to look like. Or maybe a little bit more than half. Maybe I can use one of these borders now. This comes from that same collection, so it does work. I'm not loving it this way. I think I need to back out and only do, I'm going to chop off 4 inches and see what I think here. I'm also having a problem using my trimmer tonight, you guys. And I shouldn't have a problem with that because I have a Caterpillar Pro, which is a really good trimmer. It's totally operator error. The thing that I'm not loving is I'm not loving this blue portion. I think I found my answer. Now by doing that though, I cover the yellow piece, or the yellow part of it. I think I'm just going to cover the yellow portion, you guys. And we'll see if I border this. My ATG's being sassy. Things went well up until just a moment ago. One of the reasons I like these lives is you actually get to see me struggle with decisions. Because regular videos are really... Maybe I need a glass of wine. Yes, Cynthia, I think you're right about that. The thing is, though, Kelly is not having a glass of wine. So I put on a few pounds during our little COVID shutdown. And part of it is just being at home all day, every day. The other thing is, you know, wine and chocolate, mainlining that stuff is not necessarily good for you. And then I wasn't running as much, honestly. One of the things I talked about, I don't know if I've talked about it here, but I was having a very hard time focusing, and I've talked to a lot of other people as well. You know, I have my own business, and I had to shut it down, so I didn't know if I was going to have a business to go back to. Fortunately, I do, and things are going really well. But, so I put a few pounds on, and summer is now over, and it's time to take them off. So I've been running a lot again. Well, not a lot, but I've been running again, and things have been good. Okay. Actually, I like the way that looks. And the nice part about it is you get the colors here, and you get that nice little blue and a little bit of the blue and the green in there, but not too much of it. So that is the back side of the Bright Lines paper is where this one is from. And I think the Bright Lines paper is this paper, if I remember correctly. I used it to back a cut file the other day. Okay, so one of the border strips is used up. Yay me. Lots of times they don't get used up. And what I'm kind of looking at here is, where do I put this? So I don't love seeing this, and this, like all disjointed. There's enough room if I go up here that I can get away with not doing that. Now I think if I moved over here, I'm just seeing that little tiny bit there. So I think I'm going to center this, which I don't usually do, but that's okay. Something a little different. And then I need some sort of journaling card. So I'll see what I have available. This is another Amy Tangerine piece that I cut apart. I actually like the green there. Just because it brings in the green here. And I could add in like another color. I've done this with some of these where I've done something like that. I'll just quick cut these apart. Lots of Amy Tangerine cut apart pieces. Shemel likes cut aparts lately, so I was trying to do that, add in some of the cut aparts that I had available and use some of these things up. Okay. So anyway, no wine. Well, I shouldn't say no wine for me. I will be drinking wine, but I'm getting together with just a couple of girlfriends tomorrow, and there's going to be wine. So I thought, well, I'll just abstain tonight and behave myself. Okay. It's one of those things for me, wine or sweets, because I like them both. So I have to make a sacrifice. Now, when you train to run a half marathon like I did last year, it didn't matter. I could eat pretty much what I wanted. Okay, so this isn't as big. I don't know that I'm loving that as much. Ooh, we need to get a little black in here. A little green. All right, I think we'll make that work. Now, this is a story about a mosquito bite, so I'm going to pull, thanks Barbara, I'm going to pull the Chamel Never Grow Up die cuts because there's bugs and things in here. And I don't know if there's going to be any bugs that I can use. That she doesn't have mosquitoes in here, I know that. But just trying to see if there's something that I could use. I do kind of like this Hello Sunshine piece. Let's see what else is in here. She has a lot of these really cute like nets and like these jars and things. And then you can put, like, there's lightning bugs here. I was going to put the jars in the lightning bugs in the fishbowl. That won't work very well. But you can put them back here like this, and then, which is kind of cool, because then you know, it looks like they're in that jar. So maybe because it's either that one. I do like this because it has the red. Better than this one. Although I've used this one and then I've tied a little twine around it. That's not going to work because the bugs will come right out of there. And then there's the net. So I think we'll use this one. Now, the other thing that you can do, and I think what I might do is back this on white cardstock. But then if I take these away, I need a journaling piece here somewhere. And this has, so I'm thinking this, because I like bringing in the green. Put the Hello Sunshine there. I'm going to go grab my white cardstock so I can cut that out and put it on it. And you'll see what a difference it makes when you do that with these. So you really, when you do that, you can really see the piece. And even the bugs pop up even more on this one. And I'm trying to think. I think adhesive-wise, I'm just going to use my quick dry. And what I like to do when I do something like this is I'll put it in an area where you might not see it as much. So under this line here. And I'll just pop it on there. And I won't glue anything else down. I'll get these on there, but I'll cut the shape out first. Actually, maybe I won't, because I just realized If that's not glued down, it's going to be hard to cut. So then I think I'll just put a little bit behind each of the bugs. And you really don't see much of this when you do it this way. And then I'll pop it under this. There's a little line here. This makes exciting viewing here with me cutting out this piece, but so these are kind of fun. And then this is appropriate because since it's a story about a mosquito bite. I like clear stickers. I like these more transparent die cuts. I love the idea behind this, but if you don't put them on white paper, they're really hard to see on a pattern layout, especially something this patterned. And I didn't want to see all the rainbow stripes behind this. I think it would be too distracting. And I'm talking and not concentrating. When you fussy cut like this, hold your elbow in to your side and then move the item and not your arm. Okay, so thanks, Tammy. All right, so now let's go back here and see. I think I like it like this. And I'm not going to use most of this side of the card. And I think I had another one of these, and I think I did the same thing where I hid the butterfly, that it just didn't work. I don't want to cover up all of that strip, so I want to be a little bit careful here. Although I'm going to be tempted to do that. Okay, I think this is good. Here's my spectacular technique for holding things down. Put your arm on it. So I don't know if I think I got interrupted when I was telling you guys this yellow piece of paper is a piece from Creative Memories. I have a really good friend who's a CM consultant, and she does a crop for us. She does it twice a year, once in October and once in March, and her October one is the weekend after the big one that I've been going to an October crop for quite a few years, and so I don't go to both of them because they're back-to-back weekends. But I always go in March, and so I usually buy things from her then just to, you know, be nice. So really nice navy and blue papers. Okay, so that I like. We have bugs on the page. I'm just looking to see, no fireflies, there's ladybugs and that kind of thing on here. These little puppies. So maybe I'll use some of the puppies there. Just looking to see what else is in here. These are the Amy Tangerine die cuts to Picnic in the Park. And nothing there. So I think next I need to get my alpha on. And I'm going back to something in that color again. Fortunately, I think these might be too big. Yes, they are. Yay. I was really tempted. The color's good. But I already have a repair to do tonight after we're all done. Let's see. Not navy. I could do black. I also could do white maybe, or let me see if I have anything else in this color. Julia, I have actually been back to work since May 18th. So when I went back to work, actually, there were less, the percent positive in Wisconsin, even with the testing about the same level, the percent positive was actually lower than it is right now, believe it or not. So I find that crazy, but it is what it is. Okay, so I'm kind of looking, I don't know that I want to use glitter because this isn't such a fun thing. So, but you know, lots of changes in my industry, lots of cleaning and that kind of stuff. But really, overall, it's okay. I'm pretty comfortable on a daily basis with what's going on. My clients all have to mask. I actually have a couple of them that did not want to wear masks. So unfortunately, they are not getting massages from me right now. But especially since our percent here is going up again. I could do yellow though too, you guys. That's another color I could do. So let me see what my yellow elf looks like. I don't, or maybe I bring out, actually the more I think about it, maybe I do bring out that blue there, because that's not it. I think that might look actually kind of nice, because I'm thinking darker. So anyway, but it, you know, overall things are going really well. I feel about as safe as I'm going to. So we're just doing it, and my clients are happy to have me back, and I'm really happy to be back. So that's the best part about the whole thing. And I said I didn't want to do a glitter alphabet, but now I'm going to be doing a glitter alphabet if I use that. Okay, so let's see. So I think I need to get the words mosquito bite in across here, and then I can do the rest of it in something else. I'm just looking to see if I have another blue that works as well. I do have this one, which would work as well, and then it wouldn't be glittered. So let's see if I can get the mosquito bite out of this. These are sticko letters from Hobby Lobby, I think. So, look at, I have a Q. No T. And I would need 2 T's with this alphabet. I could make them out of 1s and no E, but I have 3s. Let me just see if I have them in here, because this would just make it easier. Sometimes you go, okay, so I have 2 T's, I have E's. Yeah, I think we're just going to use this alpha instead. I just don't feel like going around or fooling around with that. So yeah, I'm really glad too. I was talking to my hairstylist, who's a good friend of mine, yesterday. I had my hair cut and colored, and we were just talking about how hard when you're, you know, my job is a helping job, and that's what I do. And then at the drop of a hat, I couldn't help people anymore, and you know, clients who needed it. Oh, it was awful. So I'm really glad to be back to work. I had lots of good advice. I did a lot of research before I went back to try to keep my clients and me as safe as I could. Look at this, you guys, actually using Q's for what they were intended. Let's see, Q, U. I live in Wisconsin. I definitely know how to spell mosquito. We sometimes joke around here that they are as big as airplanes. And I'm only half kidding about that. Yes, yay for haircut and color. This is actually my second one since the end of the pandemic. So my hairstylist and I have each other for clients, so we made sure we were covered. And I have long hair. Actually, I have long hair, long hair, shoulder length hair, but to get my mask on, and I change a mask with almost every client, I have to have my hair up in a ponytail now. So I told my hairstylist not to worry about getting me in right away because my hair was gonna not be looking. It was gonna be in a ponytail anyway. So. Oh, yay, Tammy! Tammy used her green glitter alpha. I'm excited. Oh yeah, Barbara, you would be acquainted with mosquitoes too. Yay, Tammy! The glitter wasn't so scary then, was it? Hopefully it wasn't anyway. All right, so we'll get this on there. We definitely have more embellishing to do here yet tonight before I finish. So now that I was talking about that December daily stuff with you guys, I'm really excited. My album is on its way. I'm going to do, I've used the Simple Stories albums. That's awesome, Tammy. I've used the Simple Stories albums for the last 7 years, I think. And they had a cute one that I believe this year is checked, if I remember correctly. I didn't love them last year. I used one, but I didn't love it. This year I went back to loving it again. I liked it when they just did the ones with the red binder, but I always use the bigger spine because I do mine from December 1st through January 1st usually. So, okay. I'm doing a summer layout and talking about Christmas. All right, and this is the Cherish Alpha, and it was from a 4th of July collection with Pebbles, and it's kind of weird because all the letters are not the same height. Okay, so we have mosquito bite, and let's see if I have yellow letters I can get the word annual out of. I do. Okay, here's my beloved Barbara. Did you order any of these letters when you did your Big Ellie Studio order? Because I love these things. They're just such a great, they're great for either small titles or like I'm using them here for a little subtitle. Okay, almost there with the title. These will slide too. That is one other thing that I've discovered. Okay, almost. After I'm done with this, I usually go back and make sure things are kind of straight because as I'm talking to you, I'm not paying that much attention to it. All right, okay, I kind of like the way that looks. Now, oh, you guys, I haven't had to do this for a while, but I think I have to throw things off my desk. I have so many alphabets on here right now, I can't even see. I'll throw them in an organized fashion, though, or I won't know the label for the alphabets. But, okay, there we go. Much better. Okay, so I don't think I want to put any hearts on here for sure as little embellishments, but let's see, colors. I feel like something more down here, smaller pieces. I was going to say something up here, but I don't have a heck of a lot of space up there. So maybe let's go to the sticker sheet, and I could also, oh, I think there is a meh. Little phrase sticker here. So that could go somewhere, and then maybe out and about. Or, ooh, even better, today was hard. So these are Ellie's Studio stickers. I don't remember what this is. The days of the week phrase stickers. I think these are older. Oh, I did get the green. So 5 sets in black, red, white, navy, and light blue. Awesome. Okay, so let's do Today Was Hard. And then I want to put that up here. But I need some kind of label or something. Back to the Schmel stickers. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything that I can use up here. It has to be thin. Wonder if, let's see. That will work. Yeah, I did think about that, Barbara. If this doesn't work, I will, that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go to those labels that I have 10,000 of. I actually used a sticker sheet of labels up yesterday, but that should be pretty good. Oops, one little bit more here. I don't want to take up a lot of space up here anyway because it's so close to that. But yes, that was my next thought as I was going to the LA studio labels and cut aparts. They usually, if you guys like LA Studio, they usually have a sale on Black Friday, and they do, she does grab bags of the cards and labels and lots of different things. And then she also does a sale on her printables, which is awesome because then you can print all those labels that I use. You can just print sheets of those. Okay, so now I think I need some arrows, and I have arrows right here. This one, these are jelly bean soup. Again, these are old. Oops. I don't want to lose that. Maybe a little bit of green down here. And the Hello Sunshine, I'm just referring to the fact that they're outside. And then maybe some red there. I still feel a little bit like, I think this green's going to come off. I'm going to use this turquoise instead. Was sticking out a little bit too much. When all else fails, get out your tacky glue. I think I need to scatter enamel dots or something. It still feels like there's not very much down here. This is maybe where we come in with some LA Studio labels. I feel like I need something there. I feel like I'm missing a little bit of yellow. actually going to just cut this in half. And then just sneak that in right under there. And I think this is going to really help. I felt like I had a lot of big pieces and a lot of really small pieces, but not enough more medium-sized things, which is what I feel this is like. And then thinking I'll sneak that under the border. And these are the ones that I have printed. So I don't feel bad about cutting them up anyway, because I want my embellishments to work for me and not the other way around. That's okay. So I was looking at this going, why doesn't this feel right? So just trying to decide if I want it to go out here or come in, and I think I need it to come in a little bit more. And my quick dry adhesive has now dried. Or tacky glue. Used to be called quick dry adhesive. Just and I don't want it to be on that same line as that is. Okay. Okay, I feel a little bit better about that now. There's more going on down here. And I could see if I could find another phrase sticker here. The day was not full of joy. I could use that out and about here. I'm just going to move that so that looks kind of integrated. Okay, I feel better about that whole cluster now here. I almost could put some yellow up here too. Time to print both blue and yellow labels. See. There's a little yellow heart circle, but we don't want to put a heart circle when I'm talking about his poor mosquito bite, or the poor boy and his mosquito bite. That I could use if I need to. I'm just hoping to find something a little bit smaller so I don't have to cut it down so much. Let's see. That would be ironic. I don't think I'm going to do that though. It said summer fun, just in case you didn't catch that as I was putting that down. Oh, there's that round circle. That could be something a little bit different. So now that this is all glued down, there we go. Yeah, I like that much better too. I think it just gives it a little bit of something up. This whole layout was looking just a tiny bit plain for me. Yeah, Cynthia, I actually, well, I have a photo printer, so I just print mine on a 65-pound decent cardstock on my photo printer. But you could print them on your regular regular printer, as long as it's a You know, you can always print them. It's just your color won't be as true. But yeah, that's all I do. And what I do is when you get the labels, when you get the printables, you can get them as, I think, like a PDF file where you can just print the whole sheet, which I do usually to start out. And then when I start to run out of things, then I will start printing just by color, because then I can use the individual files to do that. Okay, so something is still bothering me here, guys, and is really, really bare down here. But I don't know if putting something down here is the right answer. Because there's this one and this one. Now, I could do like a smaller piece. Actually, I said I was going to do enamel dots. Let me do enamel dots, and then I'll see if I think I need more. My little bug jar is coming up here, too. Oh. Because I tried to sneak a label in there, an extra label in here. I also could do like little flowers or something and see if that works, like adding in, but I feel like I need it down here. Here's a little piece that says back to nature. And what I'm doing, because as I look at it, I'm having a hard time seeing what, yeah. Just see if this works here. I have my iPad out in front of me. So, I know, actually, I think that doesn't look great down there. I think it's too small. So, back to, I think it's just time to scatter. If I was somebody who did ink splattering, I would probably splatter more, but I love it on other people's layouts. I work on carpeting, and at one point I got ink on my carpeting, so I've been really careful about using ink since then. Okay, so we have those green ones, and then I have my whole bag over here. Oh, these green ones could be good too. There's some yellow. Looking to see if I have any color that's even close to that. And right now I'm not coming up with anything. I have in the past, but I don't know that I have anything now. I use pearls today. There's a good green. It's not as dark, so that would brighten things up. I may not have that color enamel dot. Wow. I don't think I do. These little jewels. That will not work though. Sometimes things surprise me. I knew that was bad when I picked it up. Okay. So let's see. I think that green is going to be the better color of the greens I pulled. You know me, I like to try to sneak the big ones under something. In this case, I think it's just going to stay out. Okay, so that creates a little bit of trap space if I do it there. I'm just going to deal with it. have a lot of the big ones left here. Thinking I have a small one left here. Maybe we'll do this. That looks better. And I could maybe get another big one on here. These are Eyelet Outlet and Brad's. I don't like them like they're across from that embellishment there, so there we go. Okay. I feel a little bit better about that. I'm still not sure that I'm in love with this down here, but I'm going to go with Lane Amen, who says better done than none. Although I could add blue in too. Let me try that, because I do have some blue in one of those colors. Maybe that's what I need to do, because this, you only see that tiny bit right there, and maybe that's part of what's bothering me now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, so there's that blue. Or this blue. You guys, I have so much stuff pulled out here, I can't even see where the where those green enameled, oh, here they are, right there. So what I'm thinking is like that. Or maybe I don't need the blue there because I have the blue by the title. Sometimes that's kind of what I'll look at is, okay, I have the blue by the title, so I don't need it there. And that's, I think, what we're going to go with here. Okay. All right, guys. That, I feel a little bit better about that now that I have that I have it in here like this with that little bit of blue in there, not just that green. So, okay, I think I am all done. So this is my, let's see, my 10th layout with that Schmel Best of Both Worlds kit. If you're interested in it, her September kit is, you can go to scrapbook.com. And I think I talked about this at one point in the recent past. On any of her current videos on Facebook, she's got the link, and then you can go, it'll take you right to the scrapbook.com page. Now the scrapbook.com page is up now is the October kit, but that would get you ready for October, so that'll be the next thing I do. But I think this is good. I'm glad that I got to use up these Doodlebug sprinkles. Yay for another package being gone. And I do like this little rainbow kind of effect at the top, most definitely. And maybe if I had pulled, if I did this over, I think what I would do is just pull this all down slightly. So maybe it, like this came down here. And then I think I would feel less like there was a lot of space there. But I do like it. So just in case you guys missed, so this is the last layout we did about my poor grandson's annual mosquito bite. And then this needs a little repair with my alpha here, but this is the first layout I did. So, and again, tonight I was just inspired by the product, inspired the pulling of the photos. So take that into consideration sometimes when you see a paper you like. So thanks, thanks Cynthia and Tammy. I hope you guys all have a great night. And I think I'm going to see you next Friday night. So I don't think I have any plans. So, all right, you guys have a great weekend. And Cynthia, you take care, and we'll be praying for all of you guys out in Oregon, Washington, and California, because things are really awful out there. So bye, Brenda. It was nice that you got to join us tonight too. Bye, Barbara. So bye, everybody.